Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time. In today's video, we're talking about a DAC, specifically the Topping E30 II Lite. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So this is the Topping E30 II Lite, and I've still got the plastic there. I'm saving the wrap for you guys. It's not going to make any sound, but I thought if I can find one, I'll add it. So here we go. Oh yeah, look at that shine. So yeah, the E30 DAC. This guy is coming in at the price of $99. And inside we've got an AK4493S DAC chip. It supports up to DSD512, PCM 32-bit, 768 kilohertz, all the usual stuff. So here on the front panel, you've got an OLED display, nice and bright and clear as you can see there. And then we've got one of these capacitive buttons, which I'm not a fan of. I don't know why they persist in using them. Maybe they're cheaper to implement than a physical button. I don't know. If you do a short press on that button, it will cycle through the available inputs, and a long press will turn it off. Let's have a look at the back. We'll take this out for a moment, and so you can see we've got RCA outs, single-ended of course, then a coaxial input, an optical input, and a USB input. And by the way, this device does not come with a power supply, but it does come with a USB power cable. So it actually will take up 2 of your USB slots. I'm not a fan of that. I would prefer a separate power supply. I guess it's one way to keep the cost slightly lower. Now this device does come with a remote control, and that's important because you might have noticed there is no volume controls on the device, because this can be used as a preamp. Right now I've got it set to DAC mode, so I can't adjust the volume. And when you're in pure DAC mode, it will just only display the sample rate there. However, if you switch it over to preamp mode, it will show the volume. And in order to do that, in order to switch between preamp and DAC mode, you have to do the typical old topping thing. You have to turn it off and then turn it back on and dive into their cryptic little menu system, which I'm not a fan of. So you'll probably need to pull out the user manual in order to figure out how to do it, unless you're familiar with these types of things. So yeah, keep in mind, if you do want to use this as a preamp, you can only adjust the volume via the remote, which is a bit inconvenient, but that's just the way it is. So for my testing, I had this hooked up to my Topping L70 headphone amp. Really nice amp, that one. And another thing to note is, of course, this doesn't have any balanced output. You're limited to those single-ended RCA. But let's talk about how it sounds now. You will probably not be surprised to find out that for the price, this unit sounds really good. When paired with that Topping L70 I mentioned, the sound produced is characterized by its precision and clarity, tempered with a lightly bolstered low end. So a lot of recent Topping and SMSL DACs have got a very neutral sound signature. I think this one, just like, what was it that I reviewed the other day? The Audilytic AH90, just like that one, I think this one has just got a little bit of color and warmth added to the lows. In addition to that, it's got this nice detailed soundstage, authentic musical reproduction. It captures all those intricate musical details. And while it is an impressive performance in its own right, it understandably falls short when you compare it to higher end DACs, ones with dual DACs and ones equipped with balanced outputs, etc. So no, it's not going to compete with higher end models, but for anything around 100 or lower than that, this is going to perform about as well as you can expect. And despite sort of lacking more advanced features and output configurations, this DAC delivers really good sound quality. It surpassed my expectations for the price point. Now, I don't have the E30 II, only the E30 II Lite here. Yeah, so compared to other budget DACs, like for example the iFi Uno, I think this one performs a little bit better in terms of audio quality. Not only that, but this has got those extra inputs as well. It's got that optical input and coaxial, whereas the iFi Uno only has the USB-C input. One advantage of the Uno is it only needs one USB Type-C cable for both data and power delivery, whereas you need both. You need those two cables for this one. But without question, I would say this Topping E30 II Lite definitely has better, superior sound quality. And there's not really a whole lot more to say about the Topping E30 II Lite. It does sound good. It's $99. It doesn't have any onboard volume controls, so whether that's an issue or not will depend on how you use it. It does come with this remote. One frustrating thing about this remote, and it happens quite often in Chi-Fi, is some of these buttons they do nothing. They're just extras because they use the same remote for multiple models. That's just a little nitpick I wanted to add in there. I find it a bit frustrating when you're trying to figure out a new device and you're pressing buttons and you see the lights like something should be happening, but nothing's happening. What's going on? I digress. This is a good little unit if you're looking for something like this with a single-ended output, preamp functionality. Anyway, guys, it's a pretty good little unit depending on what you need. And with that said, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it the old thumbs up, PARFM audiophile style. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more stuff like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.